Yes,
Dear all, in a couple of minutes, we are going to get our guests in the auditorium. We request you all to take your seats. I repeat, dear students, please take your seats. Switch off your mobile phones. So in a couple of minutes, we're going to start the event of the day.
Bro, ஒரு நிமிஷம் லைட்டா தர. ஒரு நிமிஷம் ப்ரோ. கட் ஆகுதுல? ஓகே ஓகே. உன லைட்டா இது மட்டும். ஓகே ஓகே. அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் வேணா ஃப்ரண்ட்ல வேணா வச்சுக்கோ. இல்ல நான் ஃபுல் ஃபோக்கஸ்
So those stand in the middle, please take your seats.
ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டியா? லைவ் இது. ஓகே ஓகே. அவர் கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிக்க. பேங்க் இருக்கு.
Please take the Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant morning to one of our gathered here. We have gathered here to inaugurate the much-awaited flagship event of the year 2023 to 2024 of Faculty of Management, SRMISC, Ramapuram campus. QUEST'24, a national level management meet. This event proposes to connect various events such as Business Quiz, Best Manager, IPL auction, corporate box, ADA, startup for the UG and PG students across the state. Here at SRM Faculty of Management, we value developing business leaders through a perfect blend of imparting intellectual growth and a comprehensive development of every student's personality. This ensures that every year the society at the large is benefited with a well-equipped professionals who can significantly contribute to the value creation.
To begin the auspicious occasion, let us start with a Tamil Thai Valtu by MBA. May I invite Ms. Dorita? Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to stand up for the invocation. நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்து கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ்பரது கண்டமெதில் தெக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிட திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் வழக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழன் உன் சீர் வாழ்த்துதுமே
Verita, Sean once said, dance is the oldest, noblest, and most cogent of the arts. Dance is the most perfect symbol of the activity of God and His angels. It has the power to heal mentally and physically. And the true education in the art of dance is the education of the whole man. May I call Harshini from first year MBA to welcome the gathering with her classical moves, which creates a communication between body and soul.
Thank you, Ashmi, for your beautiful performance. The light of the lamp is a symbol of hope, peace, and prosperity. It's the light that brings life to everything around us, from the smallest blade of grass to the tallest trees, from one person to another person, from one place to another place. Let's start the extraordinary day with the lighting of the lamp. I now request the honorable dignitaries to light the lamp as an honor to our tradition.
லைட்
Just come quick, man. Participant.
May I request all the dignitaries to take their seats on the dais.
మూడు అన్నా
Thank you all. It is now time to welcome a visionary leader, Dr. R. Arunmoli, Head of the Department MBA, to to deliver the welcome address and set the tone for today's proceedings.
Happy morning to one and all. I've been entrusted with the responsibility to welcome the gathering today. Let me begin. On behalf of Faculty of Management, I welcome our chief guest of the day for the today's management meet QUEST'24, Mr. Badrinath Kidambi, CEO Planety. He is an enduring personality who works with young minds, a thorough professional having rich experience in manufacturing execution system, warehouse management system, ERP implementations, operations, and strategy consulting. Thank you, sir. Thank you and welcome, sir, for accepting our invitation to be part of this today's management meet. Welcome, sir. I'm very happy to share the stage with our alumnus who is in short span of time have reached greater heights in life as well as in politics. Welcome, Mr. Ravi. I'm very happy to share the stage with you. I am indeed extremely delighted to welcome our Dean, Management, Dr. C. Sundar, a towering personality who always a pillar of support and a source of inspiration to all our faculty members and students. Welcome, sir. I feel honored in welcoming our media partner and a motivating force, Mr. Jairam, a regional marketing head, business standard. Welcome, sir. It gives me immense pleasure in welcoming our past presidents of Quest who have successfully organized the events in their studying days here. I'm very happy all the presidents were able to come and meet in a single platform. Thank you guys and welcome everyone. I also welcome my team and fellow colleagues who are instrumental in conducting various events of QUEST'24. I take pleasure in welcoming HOD BBA Dr. Rekha Karan Kumar for the program. Credits are due to the management meet convener Dr. S. Ramanathan for his untiring 2 months of effort in organizing this event, QUEST'24. I'm happy to welcome him. Welcome, Ramanathan, sir. My appreciation to event president Mr. Nandakumar and office bearers who have taken special efforts to make this event a successful one. Welcome, Nandakumar and co. My dear students of Faculty of Management, welcome to one and all. Last but not the least, the students, participants from various colleges, you have made it a point to make this event and attend this management meet. I'm very pleased to welcome you all on behalf of Faculty of Management. I assure you today's events and programs will give you rich experience and learning to everyone. Once again, I welcome everyone to this management meet QUEST'24. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome and setting the floor. Next, we have the privilege of hearing from a driving force behind QUEST'24, Dr. S. Ramanathan, the convener of this esteemed event, who will enlighten us about the significance and objectives of this grand endeavor.
So very good morning to one and all present here. A team is not a group of people that work together. A team is a group of people that trust each others. Quest is a flagship event of Faculty of Management, Ramapuram. The event was started in the year 2009 and has been a great success year on year. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all for the 15th consecutive year. The word quest signifies search for something. Similarly, QUEST'24 is a national level management meet for the students from all over the country to participate and seek knowledge and experience. QUEST'24 also provide a platform to the students to apply their theoretical knowledge into practice. QUEST'24 has 6 major events. Best Manager. The aim of the event is to identify the students having traits of a good manager. The best manager aim to find out how students demonstrate the skills, knowledge, and talent of a good manager. In further measured on how students use the strategies to solve the problem of the concerned organization. Answer is a competition for students to showcase their creativity. The main objective is to adjudge the participant promotional strategies in making by way of advertisement. Business quiz. The point of business quiz is a fun and educative way to test students' knowledge and teach more about business, which in turn makes students a better businessman, women, or entrepreneur. Startup. Startup event is important as it brings new ideas and innovation to the students at marketplace. It helps to solve business problem and risk. In addition, startup often create jobs and drive economic growth. IPL auction is an event where students participate in the group of 3 to 4 where they use their investment skills depending upon the budget and ongoing inflation. Corporate work. It helps the students to expose their creative skills and talent in designing different types of cloth. It also creates awareness to students in marketing their product and promote their cloth to customers and to fashion journalists. Thank you all for the occasion to express about Quest 24 in front of you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir, for the holistic idea on the Quest 24. It is now time to honor the guest of the day. I now request Dr. C. Sundar, the Dean of Management Studies, to honor the chief guest, Mr. Badrinath Kidambi, CEO, Planetics. And now I request Dr. R. Arulmuli, Head of the Department, MBA, to honor the alumni, Mr. K. Ravi.
We have in our midst Mr. K. Ravi is an engineering graduate and a proud alumni of SRM University Faculty of Management who passed out in the year 2009 to 2011. We were told that he was a smart and a versatile student of the faculty management. Mr. K. Ravi is a successful proprietor of Mercis Money Electronics, Avadi Corporation, Town Planning Committee member. It's always a blessing to hear from our seniors as we are following the footprints which they have left us. Acknowledging the invaluable contribution of our esteemed alumni, sir, may I request you to felicitate the gathering.
Good morning, one and all. I first want to thank my professor, Mr. Sundar sir, for inviting me to this event. And our chief guest, Badrinath Kidnani, sir, and Mr. Ramanathan sir, and who's honoring me for Mr. Modi sir. It's a truly pleasure to be back at SRM University, reminiscing about the simple yet significant impact this institution has had on my journey. During my time at SRM, I found more than just an alma mater, it was a supportive community that played a vital role in shaping who I am today. The emphasis on simplicity and approachability made a lasting impression on me. SRM not only provided academic knowledge, but also served as a nourishing ground for personal and professional development. The friendly and encouraging environment, coupled with approachable faculty, created conducive atmosphere for learning and growth. I cannot express enough gratitude for the unwavering support for the faculties here, whether it was seeking advice or gratitude. They were always approachable and friendly, fostering environment where every student felt heard and valued. One of the highlights of my time at SRM was the numerous opportunity and platforms it offered to showcase my talents and skills. These experiences became the building blocks of my career, and I carry them with me as navigate the professional world. As I stand here, I cannot help but reflect on the wonderful memories created during my journey at SRM. The friendship, the challenges I have become integrated part of my life story. I'm proud to be a alumnus of SRM University. Thank you for being more than just an educational institution, and thank you for being a supportive community that left an indelible mark of my life. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thought-provoking words. And now I request Mr. Jayaraman, Business Development Marketing Officer, Business Standard, to address the gathering.
எப்பவுமே நம்ம ரொம்ப அலர்ட்டா இருக்கிறதுக்கு இந்த டெஸ்டினேஷன் மாத்தி சொல்லும் போது கொஞ்சம் அலர்ட்டா இருக்கும். ஸோ தேங்க்ஸ் ஃபார் கிவிங் மீ an opportunity for keeping me alert. I should thank the dynamic dean of this institution for the wonderful patronage he has been giving for Business Standard and for inviting for me for this function. I also thank my friend Mr. Badrinath for immediately accepting this invitation for this event and being present here. And the new friend, Mr. Ravi, the alumnus, the HOD Dr. Arumuli. அப்புறம் எப்படி இளமையா இருக்கிறதுக்கு வந்து நிறைய பேர் வந்து முன்னுதாரணம் நம்ம காட்டலாம். அது சினிமா எல்லாம் வேண்டாம். இங்க டாக்டர் ப்ரொஃபசர் ராமநாதன் போதும். அவர் போட்ட பிளேஸ் promote as for this QUEST event, all the students. QUEST is for knowledge. QUEST, I hope you all know the meaning of this word, very profound word, I would rather say. And today it's an opportunity the SRM IST Ramapuram School of Management is giving to all the students to search for the knowledge, search for enlightenment, search for joy, search for celebration. And I'm so proud to associate with this institution, which has helped me also to upskill my talents and capabilities. And today is a time of celebration. And there is a very happy news which I wanted to announce. We have launched, Business Standard has launched B Smart, an app for the B School students. Many B schools across the country use this app, and SRM Ramapuram was one of the first pioneer institutes to support this venture. I'm so thankful on behalf of Business Standard, I express this. So this app we launched a case study competition, which is the World Economic Forum says 3 attributes for the skills of this decade. One is critical thinking and creativity, and the other one is problem solving. So, how to mix this? That is the case study. An ideal case study now helps you to become a problem solver, enhances your creativity. So, we launched this case study competition. There were 466 entries, students' entries in this competition from 76 B schools across the country. And there were 5 questions. 324 students answered these 5 questions. So it is a very big challenge for the jury to judge who is the winner. I am so glad to tell that sorry, Anjali Singh, she is there somewhere. You were there. See, Anjali Singh is getting the 3rd prize in that coveted contest. So you can calculate 466 entries, 76 B schools, 324 top answers, and she has been judged as the 3rd prize winner. She will get a certificate and a cash prize also. Congratulations, Anjali. So with this good note, we begin this event. So once again, I thank the Dean and the wonderful faculty of this institution for encouraging me and Business Standard always. So I wish you all the best, not only for the future winners, but all the participants who are participating in this competition. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir, for sharing words of inspiration and motivating us. As Steve Jobs famously said, innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. With their guidance, we are poised to innovate and excel in the dynamic worlds of management. I'm honored to invite our esteemed Dean, Dr. C. Sundar, the Dean of Management Studies, SRM Institute, who's dedicated in shaping future business entrepreneurs.
Most distinguished guest of the day, Mr. Badrinath Kidambi, CEO, Planetics, our well-wisher and mentor, Mr. Jayaraman sir, Deputy General Manager, Business Standard, beloved Head of the Department, Dr. Arulmoni sir, the QUEST convener, Dr. Ramanathan, and the QUEST student president, Mr. Nandakumar, distinguished participants from various reputed institutions. You take special care and special interest all along. You're coming here for SRM IST Ramapuram campus to participate in this wonderful event. Faculty member, my team, MBA and BBA, Dr. Rekha Kiran Kumar, HOD BBA, and my dear own students and volunteers, very happy morning to all. It's my privilege and honor to be part of this QUEST'24 on this occasion today. During the brief introduction about the QUEST, Dr. Ramanathan pointed out, so we initiated QUEST in the year of 2009, and today I'm very, very happy to have alumni, especially I forget our own alumni, Dr. Mr. Ravi, who is sitting here, is a 2011, and the ward councillor from Avadi constituency and the appointment committee chairman, madam, also sitting here. You can give a round of applause to the madam who is taller and and today I'm very happy to have a dais along with my student turned entrepreneur, turned politician. So now he's a ward member in Avadi municipality, as well as the MD, CEO, one of the electronic manufacturing company. And also I'm happy to see the past student QUEST president. Those are sitting in the front row. So my memory is gone a long way in the 2009. So Mr. Paul Pradeep, so who is the first QUEST coordinator student president in 2009. Please be standing with you, a round of applause to our So he is a 9 batch passed out and he's coined the word of first. All credit goes to Paul Pradeep of first, what we fixed here. So almost 15 years gone. Now Paul Pradeep is an entrepreneur, come politician. He is a representative of Makkal Needi Mayam. Okay, thank you. And I'm also glad to announce. So Mr. Naresh is a president of 2015, student president of 2015. So almost 9 years is gone. They came here to witness and to participate in this quest. Thank you, Naresh. And also I invite Mr. Jaiva Chandru, 2016 student president of Quest. And now he's working as a senior manager, one of the reputed company. So we're happy to know all this kind of development and achievement of there. And also I invite Mr. Vignesh, he's a student president of 2018. And I'm very happy to see all from, thank you, Vignesh. And so Mr. Sunil is there. He's a latest president of 2021 of Quest. So it's a great honor. So always the Faculty of Management Ramapuram campus will give more weightage and more bondage to our own alumni. So whenever alumni chance to visit SRM Ramapuram, so they will not visit as a student, they will visit as a family member. So such kind of bondage will create our own student and will run. This is a quest. It's not an annual management meet. It's a kind of family program. So right from all the faculty member, it's all credit goes to the student of Faculty of Management. So my deep sense of appreciation to the office bearers and the volunteers and all the students. So I literally witnessed for the past 1 month or 1.5 months, you took much more effort along the guidance of Arulmozhi and Ramanathan. So you've done a wonderful job. Today, we are witnessing the success of Quest. So the president and the office bearer and the volunteer. So that is without expecting anything, without seeing the dignity. So we work around the clock and we make the program. So on this occasion, I request you. So we have to give such kind of rose welcome and the reception to our distinguished participants. So because they came along from the long distance, from the multiple college they're participating today. So up to the end of the programs, we have to take care of the participants and we have to make this program another memorable and a grand success. So on this occasion, as a Dean Management, having an experience of more than 25 years of experience in the management field, so I'd like to share a few messages to the student of this current. So today guest, so we fortunate enough, we have Badrinath Kidambi today, CEO Planetics. Sir is specialized in supply chain operation analytics software. You know that during pandemic of 2020 to 2022, so lot of disruption has happened. All the industry come to standstill. So within a short span of time, so again with their own skill set and with their own vibrancy, they come up and we find out all possible ways and means how to come out. And again within a short span, the business come to a normal. So because we have to thank to the technology. So technology pushes us to come out, and with the help of technology, we overcome a lot of struggles and the pains. So one kind of technology, one kind of industry have faced a lot of disruption is supply chain. So because so now as far as India is concerned, we depend on both export and import. The product should move to the different parts. So after the pandemic and after the lockdown or the close the business operation, the entire business is standstill, and especially for supply chain, so we made a lot of disruptions happen. So this circumstance, so our CEO Planetics, they came out with the software connecting the wholesaler, retailer, manufacturer, and with their software, they are able to enhance the supply chain operation. And they also started before pandemic, and within a short span of their experience and skill set, they overcome and they are doing excellently in the field of supply chain and operations. So I request our senior student, if those are taken supply chain as your specialization. So after the program, just you can closely interact with our guest. She is the right person to explain about the scope and opportunity. So those are taken operation as your specialization or supply chain as it's a very great scope for supply chain. So now if you take all premier institute like IIMs, so most of the students, they will prefer finance and operation as well as supply chain. So there is a great employment prospects and great demand for supply chain outside. If you are capable enough to have developed, upgrade or upskill yourself in the supply chain area, you will get it. But by giving a round of applause, we'll expect our gratitude to accept our invitation. The guest is present today, and you know that now at present business, all entrepreneurs are very busy with their schedule. So anyway, Sir is spared his valuable time with us. As a student community, so rightly pointed out by HOD and the QUEST convener. So this kind of QUEST program for the student and by the student, faculty only act as in a facilitator role, will not involve, we will put the entire burden to our student, office bearer as well as the volunteers. They will plan for the finance, they will plan for promotion, they'll plan for marketing, they'll plan for relationship, they'll invite. So all whatever they studied in their respective theory, so it's a chance, opportunity for them to implement in their realistic. So they've done a wonderful job. It's a kind of case study. It will not end only on 22nd of February, but anyway, we'll do the separate case study success of QUEST later, and we'll find out in which area so we want to improve ourselves and what are the learnings happened during the program. So all kind of happenings will do with the help of this QUEST. So participants, I give my deep sense of appreciation. So participating in the different event or now as an entrepreneur is today with us. And also the thing is now mark only is not enough to get good employment. So you have to upskill yourself by participating yourself. You are expanding your network, you are expanding your contact, and also you know how the competition is, how other student performing. So what type of skill set other student. So I humbly request all, not only the distinguished participant from outside college and also our own students, so you have to participate as much as program during your college study. So you can expose yourself and experience yourself. So other institution, so where we can develop. So that is my humble request to each every one of you. So today message is only one message I like to convey because running short of time. So only one word, I'm do well all that you do. So that's all. Do well all that you do. Now, while you're attending the program, you have to do well. You have to listen carefully. This is the program, the performance, the task you assigned is you have to patient listening. So that is a do well. So while you're walking, do well, walk confidently, walk boldly, walk courageously. So do well while walking, while you are riding your two-wheeler or car, do well you are traveling, do well you are driving. So at the best, you have to contribute in what way we can drive best, you can drive. While you are talking to your friends or talking to your family members, do well. So whatever the action, whatever the thing we are concentrating, so we have to do well. So definitely we can achieve different laurels, lot of laurels and lot of success. So see that this is a kind of service we are rendering to the society. See, if you drive carefully, if you drive the best way, not only indirectly you are rendering service to the society, you are respecting to the elder, indirectly you are doing service to the society. So all means it's not in a matter of nothing or most important. So whatever the things we are taken into consideration, we are taken as an assigned as a responsibility. So we have to do well. At the time of study, do well, perform well. So you have to make it. So while you are in the family, do well. So you have to spend a quality time with your family, speak to your parents and speak to your siblings. You can spend quality. So always you have to seek quality and we have to do well in all that occasion. So now a lot of student volunteers, they're taking photograph. The thing is they are not coming into the picture, but they are taking photograph on behalf of the college. So they are standing behind and they're taking, so they are not coming into any other photograph. They will not, their face will not be there. So such kind of service they are entering. Anyway, I'm appreciating those volunteers because here they will take 50 photographs. Our face only will be there, but their face will not be there. But anyway, so they're taken interest and they are doing so such kind of learning. So we have to get from the volunteers, those are taking a photograph. But anyway, at last point, Faculty of Management, Ramapuram, we are not excel only in academic as well as the placement. Today, I'm very much proud to see that so our students excelling in the politics also. So you know that Mr. Ravi is doing very well in his ward as a ward councillor, as well as a town planning committee member in Audi Corporation. So it's a kind of a new pathway we are designing to our own student. And so also the Paul Pradeep is a representative of Makal Nidhi Mayam. He is also volunteering in the politics. So we already created some bad remark of the politics. Don't enter into the politics. It's a kind of drainage. It's a kind of thing. But the entire power lies on the politics. So it's the way the law design, the way the rules design, the way the managing the entire country, the entire thing is hands on to the politics. So the future is based on the hands of the youth. So you should enter into this particular field also. You have to serve, render service to the country. So good people should enter, and you have to convert, change the entire India into a developed nation. Already we fixed an objective, Viksit Bharat, a developed country in the year of 2047. So it depends only on the youth. It depends only on you, and you have to don't hesitate. If any opportunity comes in, don't hesitate. So not only we are focusing on startups or entrepreneurs or in terms of good employment in the reputed multinational corporation. So you have to take this, if opportunity comes in, you have to take it, and you have to do the service-oriented mode and service-oriented things. So we have to render. So now we are adding, so we are proud to say that we are doing very good placement. Our students are placing, so more than 15 lakhs per annum they are getting. And also we are proud to say that our students have got university rank holder. And we are proud to say that our students get started their own enterprises, and they are doing well, and they are providing employment opportunity to others. At present, today's stage, I proudly says that our students also excelling in the politics also. So that is a need of the hour, and very happy. And so today I'm more happy. I don't know the words to say that, because while seeing the 2009 batch or 15 batch or 14, 18, 21, so all our alumni, so this is a boost for us as a faculty, as a professor. Once we see our students, they are coming into the campus, they are excelling in their field, and this is a only privilege and proud and honor for the as a faculty, not as a dean, as a faculty member. Our own student, they are doing very good in that respective field. So with this, so I wish all the participants, you perform well, so you compete with your fellow friend as a positive way. So don't take into as any other thing. So anything to be needed, immediately you can inform to our volunteers. Always our volunteers are available here. Our faculty will be available here. Anything to be conveyed, you just immediately convey. We are here. And I, once again, multiple times, I deeply extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to our own student, volunteers, and office bearers. So taking all kinds of effort, making QUEST'24 as a grand success. So once again, I thank the media partners, two media partners today. So one thing is as a print media, Business Standard, Jayaraman sir is there. The another is television media, Sendamiran is there. So Shalini TV is covering the entire program coverage today. So on behalf of Faculty of Management, I extend my thanks to Shalini TV covering from the past. This is the third unit they are covering, and I'm happy, and my thanks and gratitude to the Shalini TV also. Thank you very much. All the very best.
Thank you, sir. Your words of enlightenment have made this event more special and refreshing. Let me take this as an opportunity to welcome and introduce the chief guest of this event, Mr. Bhaktinath Kidambi. Mr. Bhaktinath Kidambi is currently the CEO of Planetics. He is an entrepreneur, educator with over 23 years of experience in the field of supply chain management, strategy, and technology. Currently, he is the co-founder and CEO of Planetics, an IIT Madras incubated startup which incorporates artificial intelligence and machine learning to transform global supply chains. Mr. Bhaktinath is an engineering graduate, and he has completed his MBA in operations from California State University. We are much delighted to have you here, sir. And now I invite our esteemed keynote speaker, Mr. Bhaktinath Kidambi, to deliver the inaugural address and inspire us with his wealth of knowledge and experience.
Hello, good morning. Firstly, I want to say I'm very humbled and honored at the same time to be here. So let me first start by thanking the Dean, his team, faculty members, Mr. Jairam from Business Standard, and all of you students, and of course, last but not the least, Mr. Ravi and his special dignitary from the ward. So for me, I want to just focus on the underlying theme of this event, Quest, where you say you want to develop business leaders. And I think we should go ahead and look at developing effective and global business leaders. India is changing, right? When I was doing my MBA, well, not in India, but when I passed out, and 20 years back, what India was to where India is in 2024, it's going on a completely different trajectory. The aspirations of the country has changed. The confidence of the country has significantly improved, and ecosystems are coming together. Infrastructure is developing. Now, what is in store for all of you? And as the Dean rightly put, we have an aspiration to become a developed country by 2047, so which means 100 years after independence. How many of you know what the GDP of this country is currently? Anyone from the audience? Maybe you can ask ChatGPT. Right? So we are about, about 3.54 trillion, getting close to $4 trillion. If not, some reports say we might have already crossed it, which kind of puts us in the fifth position. And who are the other four countries that are ahead of us? You have US. Yes, US is about 23, $24 trillion maybe today. I'm just putting some ballpark numbers. And behind US, you have China. Right? China is around 17, 18, maybe some say even $19 trillion. And then number three, you have Japan. Right? And there's a huge gap between US, China, and Japan. Japan is maybe around $4.4 trillion. Right? And then you have Germany, which is again $4.2 trillion. And you have India at fifth position right now in terms of GDP. So we are the fifth biggest economic powerhouse in the world. And you know how many countries we are in the world? I think the UN Charter has some 190 plus countries. So out of 190 plus countries, we are the fifth largest economy. And we want to capture that third spot very quickly. So they say, hopefully by 2027, 2028, we would have overtaken Japan, right? So obviously before that, we would have overtaken Germany. And we'll be stuck in a lonely third position for a long time, right? But we need to get to that third position as quickly as possible. So with India changing, right, business has not changed, meaning the opportunity for starting a business, for growing a business, and all of that has not changed. And because this happens to be a gathering of business students and business minds, let me ask you something. How many of you here are aware of what is the first law of business? So do you know what the first law of business is? All right. So the first law of business, this is how it goes. It says that benefits for an organization is directly proportional to the rate of flow of materials and information. I'll repeat. Benefits for an organization is directly proportional to the rate of flow of materials and information. So which means for any business, the faster its materials flow, and I'm using the word materials very loosely. If you're manufacturing, it's materials. If you're a non-manufacturing, it's your services. So the faster the materials and services flow, and the faster the information flows, the better it is going to be for the business. And every business is fundamentally built on this premise, right? Why is Uber such a hot startup when it started? Their market capitalization is so huge. They're present in so many different countries. What do they essentially do? They essentially said, okay, we want to make sure that the information trigger for hailing cab services is so seamless. So when you come out of a restaurant and you want to hop into a car, you go ahead and use your smartphone, book a cab, and you can track the cab. Same thing that is being extended to, say, Swiggy and Zomato and all this. So because obviously we live in an information age, we live in a digital revolution right now. So with that being said, right, what are some of the qualities that business leaders need to have, or what is expected from students who are going to pass out of business schools when they join, any company? Now, if it's a large company, right, they have a very strong training program. So they will put you through that training program, and you need to go ahead and come out of that, and then they'll go ahead and place you. But what about smaller companies? What about startups? So in startups, we want to make sure that you can hit the ground running, right? As soon as you get recruited, we don't really have the time, nor do we have the manpower to be investing on your training. So we expect you to come with a certain amount of skills so that you can immediately start contributing to the organization. And no matter which vertical you go to, no matter which company you join, there are only two things, one of two things that you could be doing for the organization. Either you're helping the organization make more money, or you're helping the organization save more money. If you cannot clearly articulate which one of these two functions you are owning and you are contributing, then it would be difficult for you to grow within that company. Now, I used to work for a joint venture between Toyota and General Motors. And some basics and fundamentals of how your mind should start thinking was ingrained very early in my professional career. See, there are about 5 principles of Toyota, right? And that can hold true for any organization. And you should try and also see how you can align yourself with these 5 principles. And why? One thing is, of course, I worked for a Jap company, but also I'm always very fascinated with Japan simply because they are the only country to be infamously nuked, right? The nuclear bomb has been dropped on one country twice, right? Over 75 years back, over 80 years back, almost close to. But this company is this country is the 3rd largest economy in the world. Now imagine that. Imagine how much people must have come together towards achieving a common goal, that from a country that was in ruins in 1945, they are now the 3rd biggest economy. Now, we can also draw a lot of parallels from that. Yes, India was not new, but India was ruled for so many years. We just got our independence. We're a very young country. And a lot of the times we were, at least early on, right, we had to come together because we were so diverse. It takes time for us to go ahead and gel. But I think now we have come into a critical mass of movement where nobody can stop our growth. But then it comes to the question in terms of how quickly and how solidly do we want to grow, and what roles do each one of you in this room today are going to have in that growth. Now, when it comes to what made Toyota the #1 car manufacturer in the world, right? They beat all the big three in Detroit, your Fords, your General Motors, your Chryslers. They've beaten all of them, and they are now the #1 car manufacturer in the world. In fact, when they started, they had least amount of money as compared to the big three in Detroit. They had very little money, and they had to come up with something very innovative. So they said, you know what, we're going to have the Toyota way, right? So the Toyota way is what? It says first you need to identify and define value, right? If people want to buy Toyota, whatever it is, whether it is a hatchback, whether it is a sedan, whether it is an EV, right? Whether it is a truck, whether it is an SUV, we want to know, how do customers define value, right? Now, typically, how do we define value? Why are you pursuing your MBA out here? Because all of you believe that once I have an MBA degree, that is going to add to my value, right? It is going to be valued by others so that I can go and land a job. So how do we define value, right? Typically, we say value, we define either it is benefits by cost, or it is performance by cost. So if the performance is more, or if the benefits are more and the cost is less, then obviously the value of that product or that service is going to keep rising. So you need to know, okay, MBA degree is going to give me value. But again, there are different ways that we can grade it, which I will come to in just a bit. And once you define the value, you need to understand how the value flows. So how the value flows to the customer. So for customer to identify, see, and experience the value, how does it flow? And that's where we go ahead and look at supply chain as a whole, right? That's why in Toyota, we always view suppliers not just as vendors, but more as partners in progress. Because unless we lift the entire supply chain or ecosystem, where we focus on overall supply chain profitability, where every single entity that is associated with delivering that product or service to the customer enjoys that supply chain profitability. So we want to understand how value flows. We want to make sure that we enable that flow. The more hindrances from the time the customer places the order to the time the customer receives that order, right? If it is a very smooth flow, then again, going back to the first law of business, it is more beneficial to the organization. So define value, then we map the value stream, then we want to make sure that that value flows smoothly, right? There are no blockages, there are no hindrances to the way we are making that value flow. And we want to make sure that there is enough of a pull that is coming from the market. So we want to enable pull so that we are not left with holding excess inventory and so on and so forth. But lastly, we want to try and pursue perfection. Now, pursuing perfection, which kind of reminds me of a story. How many of you at home have Sony televisions? Raise your hands. All right. Maybe all of you will stay in the hostel with no TVs. All right. So, of course, all of you know Sony TV, is one of the most successful TV brands in the world. And I'll tell you, in the 1980s in India, where, of course, we have a huge middle class, every middle class family, and I can tell you, at least in Chennai, every middle class family in Chennai, if they had any friends or relatives who were coming to India or Chennai from abroad, and they'll say, hey, what do you want me to get you? They'll say, hey, can you get me a Sony TV? I'd love to have a Sony TV in my house. Sony TV in the 1980s was selling like hotcake. In fact, it was selling so much that they put out General Electric and Westinghouse. These were all companies that used to make TVs, but no longer. Sony put them out of business. And these were all American companies. And Sony was selling their products in the American market. Now, obviously, when American TV manufacturing companies close their shop, people are going to get unemployed. So the US Congress got really worried because, hey, how do I get re-elected if unemployment in my constituency is constantly increasing? So they called Sony executives to meet with the congressmen. And they told Sony in very clear terms, they said, if you want to continue to use the America as a market for you, you have to create jobs in America, which means you need to open up your factory in America so that the jobs that are being lost by closure of these other factories from GE and Westinghouse, some of them can be compensated for in this particular initiative. So Sony decided to set up an assembly plant in Southern California in a place called San Diego. And what it was all the parts that make up TV will be manufactured in Japan, but they will be shipped to this assembly plant in San Diego, and they will employ Americans to assemble these TVs, and they will ship it to the American market and the Canadian market. Now, 2 years after opening this assembly plant, Sony started receiving unusually high number of customer complaints from the American market. Now, Sony was trying very hard to understand that because they were like, hey, all the parts get manufactured in one factory, which is in Japan, and they get shipped to factories around the world where they get assembled and sold to that local market. We are not getting complaints of this magnitude from any other market excepting the American market. Why? So they sent their R&D people, they sent their quality people, they sent some of the best minds to go and find out what was wrong. So they did all the testing and they said, you know what? We are not able to figure out what is wrong, what is causing this unusually high level of customer complaints from the market in the American region. Then they sent this one mind, I want to take his name is Jenichi Taguchi. Now, Jenichi Taguchi, as Japanese as the name sounds, studied under Professor Satyendranath Bose. Have you heard of him? SN Bose, at the Indian Statistical Institute in the 1960s. So basically coming back to the fact that India produces really great minds. So Jenichi Taguchi, who is considered to be one of the greatest minds the world has ever seen, was trained by Satyendranath Bose, Dr. SN Bose, in the 1960s in Kolkata within the Indian Statistical Institute campus. And those of you who don't know Satyendranath Bose, he's probably the only scientist, mathematician who has co-authored a paper with Dr. Albert Einstein. So in fact, there is something called the Bose-Einstein coefficient, for those of you who don't know. So anyway, Jenichi Taguchi goes to Sony factory, and within a week, he figures out what was wrong. So let me just quickly tell you what was his inference. So when they are assembling the TV, and once they complete the assembly of the TV, they will check all the parameters, whether sound is correct or not, whether color is correct or not, whether contrast is correct or not, whether brightness is correct or not. All these various factors are being checked before they say okay on the seal on the TV, and it is then packed before it is shipped to the customer, for example. Now, for every single one of these factors, Sony has given a range. That means the lower limit for volume should be this much, and the upper limit for volume should be that much. Similarly, for contrast, there is a lower limit and there is an upper limit. Similarly, for brightness, there is a lower limit and there is an upper limit. What American workers at the Sony factory were ensuring was that all these factors was within the lower limit and the upper limit range. But what Taguchi found out was, he said, but that is not the right way to do it. So he contrasted the way Americans were working against what the Japanese were doing. So he said, the Japanese workers in Japan, for each of these factors, they had a target value, which is nothing but the midpoint of these ranges. And they ensured that when they were tuning the TV, every single one of these factors was as close to that target as possible, as opposed to the American workers who just made sure that it is inside that range. They didn't really care whether it is close to the target, away from the target, they didn't really care. They were just making sure that it is inside that range. And it is this attitude which was later defined as the Taguchi loss function. So when you get a chance to look this up, you can look this up. It's called the Taguchi loss function. It says, when does the company start making loss? Not when the contrast and brightness goes outside the limits. It is as soon as they start deviating away from the target. It just gets manifested when it goes outside the limits, but the loss has already started taking place, which basically means all of you should go ahead and have that target in mind. Don't just work within ranges, saying that, you know what, my pass mark is only getting a C grade. As long as I get a C grade, I should be okay. So don't have that kind of attitude. Go ahead and say, this is my target. I want to get a B plus in this subject. I want to get an A plus in this subject. And this is what I want to pursue. So the more you get down to putting down targets and working towards achieving these targets and finally achieve these targets, that is the way that you are going to improve. And if you improve, your company improves. If your company improves, the economy at large improves. So take your time in this college very seriously. Make sure your time matters. And do not only what is expected of you to get your degree, but try and go above and beyond that so that you can differentiate yourself and you can also show your prospective employers how initiative driven you are. So with that being said, I wish you all the very best for your QUEST event. And I want to thank the Dean and faculty of the Department of Management at Ramapuram for giving me an opportunity to interact and speak a few words to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thought-provoking words. Now it's time to honor the good souls who are always with us in the upliftment of educational ministry. May I request Dr. Vinnie Marin, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Management, to read out the names.
Thank you, Solomon. So, hello everyone. So I feel so happy and blessed to stand before you to honor the good souls who were always there with the Faculty of Management in the upliftment of education journey. So, to honor the former presidents of QUEST, first of all, let me call upon Mr. Paul Pradeep, who was the president for QUEST 2009. That was the first QUEST. He did his master's in business administration during 2007 to 2009. And now he's the founder of Trash Choppers. The Faculty of Management congratulate Mr. Paul Pradeep. Now I call upon Mr. Veerasenan, who was the president for QUEST 2012. He did his MBA during 2010 to 2012. Now he is the head of sustainability projects, Cardinal Industries. The Faculty of Management, SRM, Ramapuram appreciate his works. We call upon Mr. Naresh Arvind, who was the president for QUEST 2015. He did his MBA during 2013 to 2015. He has 10 years of experience in HR, and the Faculty of Management feels proud to have him in our midst. Now I call upon Mr. Devachandru, who was the president for QUEST 2016. He did his master's in business administration during 2014 to 2016. Now he is serving as the senior manager in sales, SPR Constructions Private Limited. The Faculty of Management, SRM IST Ramapura feels proud for him. We have with us Mr. Vignesh, who was the president for QUEST 2018, batch 2016-2018. He is the proprietor for V6 Constructions. Faculty of Management, SRM, IST Ramapuram congratulates him. Now we call upon Mr. Sunil Kumar, who was the president for QUEST 2021, batch 2019 to 2021. He is a senior product support engineer in Zoho Corporations. We, the Faculty of Management, feel happy for him. Now it is with immense gratitude that we express our sincere thanks to the TV media partner, Shalini TV, for their wholehearted support in the upliftment of the Faculty of Management, SRM IST Ramapuram. We have with us Mr. Senthamil Kumaran, who is the founder and owner of Shalini TV. About him, he is the alumni MBA from IIM Kharagpur. Sir, we would like to honor you. The Faculty of Management really appreciates your good deeds which you carry out for the upliftment of the academic journey. Here comes Mr. Senthamil Selvan. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Now it's time to honor our office bearers of QUEST 2024. We, the Faculty of Management, SRM IST Ramapuram, feel happy that we have good souls, positive minds who have put their efforts together for past 2 months in showing this day off. So may I request the president of QUEST 2024, Mr. Nandakumar of 2nd MBA to receive the honor. The Vice President of QUEST 2024, Mr. Sai Charan, 1st MBA, will be receiving his honor. I request Geeta Priya, who is the Treasurer of QUEST 2024, to come to the stage. Ms. Ashmita of 2nd MBA, who is the Secretary for QUEST 2024, will be receiving the honor. Mr. Meerangani, who is the Joint Secretary for QUEST 2024, will be receiving his honor. Last but not least, We have with us the External Relation Representative Quest 2024, Mr. Sudarshan. We appreciate him for the good work he has done. Thank you, sirs. So we appreciate and we record our appreciation to each and every positive and good souls who have shown their best for bringing up Quest 2024. May God bless you all. Thank you so much.
As we draw close to the end of our inaugural ceremony, it is my privilege to invite Mr. G. Nandakumar, the President, Department of MBA, to extend his heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to the success of this event.
Good morning, all. I feel happy to propose the vote of thanks in the view of QUEST'24. First and foremost, I thank our Dean of Management Studies, Dr. C. Sundar, for his invaluable contribution and unwavering support. Today's event has been a tremendous success. Thank you for your guidance and experience in shaping the academy excellence and vision of leadership have been instrumental and in the faculty of management. We are truly honored to have you, and your inspiring words have set the tone of successful QUEST'24. Thank you. Next, let me thank Mr. Dr. R. Arumudi, our HOD. The dedication and commitments to nourishing the next generation leaders have played a pivotal role in the success of our management program. Thank you, sir. I feel happy to thank Mr. Badrinath Kirambi, our chief guest of the day, for his presence. Thank you for inspiring speeches. I thank our esteemed alumni, Mr. K. Ravi, for coming and over here and sharing his experience of Faculty of Management, SRMIST, Ramapuram. Thank you, brother. I especially mention to our previous presidents here sharing their experience in Faculty of Management, SRMIST, Ramapuram, and legacy to inspire and guidance over your experiences. To all our faculty members, guests, sponsors, and participants, your presence has added insane value to QUEST'24. I thank our office barriers, Asmita, Sai Charan, Geeta Priya, Meeran Gani, and Sudarshan, and all volunteers who have put their effort in QUEST'24. The sponsors of QUEST'24 are YBM, GNK Groups, Lakme Academy Chennai, Golden Decors, Deepa Groups, Guess, Sammy Enterprises, Salem RR Biryani, Asta HRIT Training, and Murugan onwards. Last but not least, I now extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you being a part of QUEST'24. Your involvement has not only evaluated the structure of this event, but also contributes to the overall growth and success of our department and our institution. Thank you all.
And with that, we conclude the inaugural ceremony of QUEST'24, but the journey of discovery and exploration continues. Thank you all for your presence and participation. Let us embark on this exciting quest together.
We are now breaking out for tea break for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I'll read out the venues of different events. First, Best Manager will happen in TRP High Tech Hall. Next, ADSAP, Block 5, Hall, 4th floor. Business Quiz, Block 5, Gallery Hall, 3rd floor. Fourth, Startup, PG Block, room number 202. IPL Auction, Block 5, Gallery Hall, 1st floor. Corporate Walk, here at TRP Auditorium. The participants of Corporate Walk are kindly asked to stay back. In a couple of minutes, we are going to start the Corporate Walk.
எப்படி எப்ப தருவீங்க இல்ல லைவ் போயிட்டு தான் இருக்கு.
What chat? No, nothing. 1 minute game. What is something? YouTube link?
கட் பண்ண மெயினா ரூம் நம்ம அது பிரச்சனை இல்ல. இந்த பாருங்க எப்படி நிக்குது. யூடியூப கட் பண்ணு. யார் லேப்டாப் எப்படி ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டு வரேன்.